the clock is my enemy again, but let's throw up two faces on the screen, Martavius Jones, the City Council Chair, and JB Smiley. And then I'm going to hand it over to Sam Hardiman to explain the story that you had this week about Martavius' birthday party.
Yeah, so in May, the Memphis City Council staff, with approval of Smiley and Jones, the two councilmen there, secured a $2,000 budget for what was a staff appreciation event. That's what they billed the city for. What was circulated in the Memphis City Council staff group chat was a flyer that said, "Be quiet, it's Martavius Jones's birthday party." And so the two events at Fat Tuesday and the event space upstairs downtown were one and the same, and taxpayers paid about $1,800 for it.
And it was just interesting when you confronted them about it, the responses you got. Tell us, first of all, how long you've been working on that story.
A couple of weeks. I mean, 6, 7 weeks. I'd gotten a tip about it, and I'd been sort of hunting the public record, because the record doesn't lie here, you know, that the invoice from the city. And when I asked Councilman Smiley about it, he said, well, I paid for one of Councilman Jones's cakes. I said, well, which cake? He said, I don't recall, and he didn't say which vendor. And then Councilman Jones denied that he had participated essentially in a taxpayer-funded birthday party, and said he had no knowledge that the taxpayers had funded his birthday party.
Continuing a long tradition, Susan, of the City Council thinking that instead of public serve us, it means public serve me.
It is just boggling to me that it's still going on, and I used to write about it years ago. I've always said there is a disconnect between the people we elect who spend the money and where the money comes from. It comes from hard-earned taxpayers' dollars. I saw where there were comments on the story that somebody said, well, $1,800 is not a big deal. Well, in a $800 million budget, maybe it's not a big deal. But the person who is at home right now trying to pay his or her city property taxes that are due at the end of the month, $1,800 is a big deal, and I don't think that our elected officials should ever forget that.
And as Sam pointed out in his report, Otis, lobbyists were there. They should have picked up the tab.
Absolutely, they should have picked up the tab and saved the taxpayers that kind of money. And if they're not picking up the tab, they should pass the hat at City Hall and make the council members contribute to pay back the city. This is the value of good journalism.
Yes.
And without good journalism, we would not have known about this. So kudos to you on that, Sam. But this is, again, Susan is right. This was happening back in the 70s, it was happening in the 80s and the 90s, and they have not learned a thing in all of that time.
Think about the catered lunches that City Council would pay for. We're running out of time, but on and on and on it goes.
Great story, Sam.
Yeah, glad we have somebody exposing that kind of stuff, because I'm telling you what, there's probably more underneath where you found that. Okay, that's going to do it for us. And my thanks to the panel, my thanks to you at home for being here this week. We'll see you next week for ABC24 This Week.